Hello again. I was just on live and hi, you're welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching from. How are you all doing? Back again because I just finished my live and I just noticed that there was no audio on the live and then I had to take it down and I'm redoing this live again and I don't know what happened, but my audio, I don't know why it was that bad. And it was strange. I couldn't hear anything that I was saying. And I apologize for that. And I am going to repeat everything that I have said before on the previous live. I apologize and I am so sorry. This is my first live video ever on any platform. And so I don't know what happened. I didn't know what happened, but the previous one that I did had no audio. I had to take it down, I had to delete it, and I had to come on again. I apologize and I'm sorry about this and coming. And today I am discussing in a detailed form the application process of Nigerian passport renewal. I am trying to explain the process, how long it took, the documentations again, because I made a video last time, a few months ago, and I've had a lot of questions on this video about the applications, the forms, the acknowledgement forms, the documentations. Some people were confused about the forms. They could not see where to sign the application or date the application. And so I decided to come here today on live so that I can explain everything to you guys and answer other questions that you have. So let's talk about the Nigerian application process renewal in the United States of America. First, I'm going to tell you the locations where you can get this done here in the US. So first, we only have 3 locations in the United States of America. We have Atlanta, we have New York, and Washington, D.C. Because you have to go in for your capture, for your fingerprinting, your biometrics, for them to capture it. So after you apply online, you will go in and schedule your appointment, choose your appointment location, and then you will have to travel to either of the locations for your appointment. Okay. So after you choose your location, but before you even start the application process, you will have to have your NIN. If you don't have an NIN, you will not be able to apply for your passport renewal. But if you don't have an NIN, thankfully, there are other locations where you can go and get your NIN done. You just have to find out which location where in your state. I also have a video about that in on this channel. Excuse me, my throat is dry. So for the locations about your NIN, I have a video on my channel about that. I am so sorry I had to take down my previous video because I noticed that it had no audio. I didn't know what happened, but the video had no audio. I had to take it down, and I'm sorry about that. I apologize. This is my first ever doing live video. Okay, so and as I was saying, so you have to have your NIN ready before you start the application. So, but if you have your NIN, then you will now go to the nigerianimmigration.gov for your application process. And then when you fill the applications, you will have to go and make a payment. There's another website where you make your payment. It is called Innovate One Services. That's where you go and make your payments. But before that, you will make sure that you print out your application. And so, talking about the application, a lot of people were confused. They didn't know, they didn't have a place where they could sign. And I don't know if the application process changed or not, because I had mine last year, 2023. And so I am going to show you the 3 forms, because after you fill out the application, you will print out the forms, and there are 3 pages. And the last page is where you sign your signature and date. You sign or you thumbprint. So I'm going to show you the 3 pages, okay? So I have here the application forms that you print out from the website, okay? I had to block out some of my personal information here. So this is the first page of the application. This is the first page, right? And then you have the second page also that has all your information, and it has your contact information, your if there is other information. So this is the second page. And then the third page is you have your next of kin address. If you have any, yeah, you have to have a next of kin address that you have to fill in. And that's where you have a place where you sign or you thumbprint, or and then you also date. So this is the page that you sign your signature after the application, because I know some of you had questions on my previous video about where to sign. There's no place to sign. This is the page. This is the last page of your application. Like I said, after you fill out the applications, you have to print out 3-page files, 3 pages. And then on the third page is where you have your signature or thumbprint, and then date. This is very, very important. Do not miss that, okay? So now you know where to sign and where to find the signature that you were asking me. For those of you that were asking about that, okay? And so after you print them out, you will now go to the Innovate website, innovateoneservices.com. That's where you sign your that's where Innovate One Services, that's where you pay the application. That's where you pay for the application. And then when you pay the application fee on that website, just be careful, because you're going to have to print out 2 different forms on that website. And another question that I've gotten on my previous video about this passport renewal, Nigerian passport renewal process, some people were confused about the acknowledgement slip and the payment slip. Some people were asking me, oh, what is the acknowledgement slip? Where is the acknowledgement slip? Acknowledgement slip and the payment slip, they are very confusing. The reason is because they look exactly the same. They look exactly the same. The information is exactly the same. The only difference is the name. One says acknowledgement slip, the other one says payment slip. So I'm going to show you the 2 forms that you will print out from the Innovate One service website after you pay for your passport. Okay? After you pay for your passport. So this is the acknowledgement slip. If you look at the informations here, these are all your information about the on your application. So, and then guess this. This is the payment slip. Now, take a look at both forms. Look at this and then look at this one. If you compare them, you will see that they all look the same, exactly the same. So it is a little bit confusing for some people. But regardless, you need to print out both forms. One says acknowledgement, the other one says payment slip. So this is what you need to look out for. Even though the informations you have on both forms are the same thing, you still need to print both of them out. This is what you need to pay attention to after you make payment on that website. Okay? Don't be confused. Don't let yourself be confused because they both look the same thing. They both look, the informations, like I say, are identical. They are very much identical. The only difference is that one says acknowledgement slip, the other one says payment slip. That is the only difference. But the rest of the informations, they are exactly the same thing. So after you print out those, then you will now go to uh, another website to schedule your appointment. Yes, for your capturing for biometrics at any of the locations, at the location that you choose when you were making this, when you were applying on the website. Okay, you're going to go to that appointment.immigration.gov.ng to make appointments. Select any date that is available that works better for you. You chose the date and then you book your appointment. After you book the appointment, do not close the screen. You have to print out your appointment slip as well. You're going to print out this exactly, the slip that looks exactly like this. This is your appointment slip. It is very important. You're going to need it when you go for your appointment. So I need you to understand that after you make the appointment, after you book your appointment, don't close it yet until you print out this particular form. It is very, very important because you're going to need it when you go for that appointment. Let me tell you something. You have to prepare yourself before you go. You have to be mentally ready and physically okay before you go for your appointment. Ask me any questions about this, and I will tell you, and I will answer your questions. Mine took exactly, so when you book your appointment, they're going to give you a time. Like mine, they told me, as you can see, 9:30 a.m. was my time. But let me tell you, do not pay attention to the times that they give you because that time they don't follow it. Go as early as you can. So my appointment was 9:30 a.m. and I went there I think I went around 8 a.m. or before 8 a.m. And by the time I got there, the place was already filled up with people. People were already waiting outside because they had something like a canopy outside the compound, inside the place where people wait. It's like a waiting place for you before you will be called in to go inside for your capturing. And when you go in for your capturing, you will still have to wait a whole lot before you can even be attended to. So you have to be ready, you have to have patience. Take extra day off if you have to. That's what I would recommend. But just be ready to spend the whole day at the embassy. Okay? be ready to spend the whole day at the embassy, because you are going to wait and wait and wait. It's going to be frustrating or not. It depends on where you go. But my experience, before I even went for my appointments, before I even started the application process, I had to Google and read the reviews. The reviews were so bad. And so I was already prepared mentally. I didn't know what the outcome was going to be, but yeah, mine, I was successful. I was able to get it done the same day, but it took the whole day because I stayed there. I went there before 8 a.m. and I left there a little bit after 3 p.m. It took the whole day almost. I was so exhausted. People were so angry. People were so agitated. Like there was a lot. People were cussing them out actually inside there. So when you go, you will wait in that tent, in that canopy, and then they will call you. They will give you a number actually before that. They will give you a number, you will wait. You're going to wait and wait and wait. And then eventually they will call your number and then you will go inside the building and then you will start another waiting period. You're going to wait again. You're going to wait and wait and wait. It is so tiring. It is so frustrating. So that's why I say you have to be ready both mentally and be ready to wait that long, because it's going to be a long wait. So, but before you go for your appointment, so I'm going to list out again all the documentations, the documents that you're going to be needing by the time you go for that your appointment. So pay attention to everything so you don't miss out any document that will delay your application, or they will not even like attend to you and ask you to come back, and they will be a waste of money and your time altogether. And then you have to go back again and start coming back and booking another appointment again, and then it will keep and they will keep delaying it for you. So pay attention to all the documentations. I am going to read them out for you. I have them written out here so that you will gather everything with you before you go for your appointment. You're going to need 2 passport photographs, recent passports, background, white background. Make sure that the passports are white background, okay? When you take them, it has to be white background. 2 recent passport white background photographs, okay? Signed application form, okay? Your application forms that you printed out, those 3 forms that you printed out, you're going to sign. Let me show you again the last page of the forms, okay? You sign or you thumbprint and then you date. It is very, very important. You're going to go with those forms and make sure that you sign the 3rd page of that forms, okay? And then you're going to go with the payment slip. Like I already told you, the payment slip is very important and it looks identical with the acknowledgement slip. You are also going to go with your acknowledgement slip. So I am repeating this video because, again, my previous video had no audio and I am so sorry. I had to take it down, and I'm here again to explain about this passport renewal again. I'm sorry, I apologize. I had to take the previous live video down because I noticed that it had no audio. I didn't know what happened, but there was no audio, so I had to take it down. And so I'm trying to repeat everything that I had said on the previous video. Hopefully that this one will have the audio. This is my first ever live video. Again, let me say that again. This is my first ever live video. All right. So you will go with your payment slip and then you will go with the acknowledgement slip. Just know that, like I said earlier, that the acknowledgement slip and the payment slip, they look identical, okay? They look very much identical. I showed you earlier before from the beginning of this video that you will see the informations, they are the same. They have the exact information on both forms. The only difference on each one is just the names. One says acknowledgement, one says payment. Let me show you again, just so you understand what I am talking about. Okay, so one says acknowledgement slip. This one says payment slip. But if you compare the information on both forms, they all look identical. They are the same. I don't know why they need both, even though the informations are the same, nothing different. It's just the name that is different. It is weird to me, but you just have to go with both of them. Okay, just keep that in mind. And then you're going to need your appointment slip. Remember, earlier I told you that you need to print out this appointment slip after you book your appointment. Okay, after you book your appointment, do not close your computer yet or the screen unless you print out your appointment slip. Okay, like I said earlier, my video earlier had no audio. I took it down, and so I am making this live video again so that I can explain. Hopefully there won't be an issue with this one. And so make sure you print out that payment slip, and you print out the appointment slip, because you're going to need that appointment slip. Okay, you're going to go with the appointment slip, and you need your expired passports to go with you. Your Nigerian expired passport, you need that. And you need the photocopy of the data page of your Nigerian expired passports. You know where you have your picture on your passport? You need a photocopy of that particular page on that passport to go with you for your appointment. And you need to go with a $30. Be prepared to pay $30 admin fee when you get there. I think you either pay with cash or credit or debit card. I'm not sure what payment format it was, but you are going to pay $30 admin fee. They call it admin fee, whatever that means, I don't know. And I think they collect the fee on at all the locations here in the US. So just make sure that you are ready to pay that admin fee when you get to the embassy. $30 admin fee is very important. Hey, welcome on my live. I'm talking about the Nigerian application form, the process of the passport renewals. Welcome, welcome. And then you're going to pay, when you get to the embassy, you're going to pay that $30. It is very important. And then you need a certified prepaid envelope from USPS. When you go to the website said that you can either go with FedEx, UPS, or USPS. Just ignore that. Don't even try it. Just go with only USPS. I made that mistake myself. I went with a prepaid envelope from FedEx, and they refused, they rejected it. The reasons best known to them, and I had to pay for, I think I paid $20. Yeah, they collected another $20 from me for that postage, for that envelope, self-addressed envelope from the USPS. Yeah, I paid extra $20 for that envelope. Make sure that you do not make any mistake like I did when you're going for your appointment. Go with only the USPS. Ignore everything they have on the website that says you can go with either FedEx or UPS. I don't know if they still accept both now. They do, but I don't know. But they refused mine. They rejected my FedEx envelope, so I had to pay them extra $20. So you will gather all this information for your appointments. Okay, do not miss out all the documents on any of the documents. Pay attention to all of them and then be ready for your appointment. Go for your appointment at any of the locations, and before you even go, like if you are traveling in 6 months, I am going to give you like a little bit of advice. If you're traveling for anything, or you have a trip planned out in the next 8 months, in the next 6 months, you want to travel to Nigeria, I would recommend that you start the process a little early. Like, do it before 6 months ahead of time, ahead of your trip, because in some cases it might take longer, in some cases it might be faster. Mine took roughly, like I said, 5 months. The reason being because I never had my NIN. So I had to kind of search and found out where I need to go get my NIN. And the process, by the time I finished my NIN, then I started the application process. All together, between my NIN and my application process, it took me 5 months. But if you already have your NIN, like I said from the beginning, then you're fine. It might take a little longer, it might take less time for you, but you just have to do it on time. If you have any planned trip for 6 months ahead or 8 months, if you have any trip coming up, I will recommend and advise that you start this application process on time, because sometimes your case might be different. Another person's case might be different. Some cases you might get it early, and the other it might delay, it might be longer. That's why I said make sure that when you go, you are ready and prepared. Today I had earlier scheduled this broadcast. I didn't know what happened, and I scheduled it like few days ago, but something I don't know. Like I said, today is my first live video, and I am here explaining this passport process, or the renewal process for the Nigerian passport. And currently, I don't have anybody online at the moment, because I was ready to answer any questions that you have regarding my previous video on this issue. And I'm still ready to answer those questions. And so you can leave me a question on the comment section, in the comment section of this video, any question you have at all regarding this application process, and the whole appointment process, and whatever question that is bothering you, you can leave me a question in the comment section. And also, I am willing to come back on live again, where I will interact and engage with a lot of you concerning this issue, so that we can like share ideas, talk about our experiences, and go from there. And I will answer all your questions. Every question that you have regarding this, to the best of my knowledge, I am going to answer all of them. But if you have any other questions, ask me in the comment section, and let me know if you want me to come on live again. And then I will definitely come on live, and then we can talk about this same issue again, where I will have to answer your questions, and then we can engage with each other. And do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, okay? And thank you for watching today's live, even though I have nobody on this live broadcast, but I'm still going to post this, hoping to get some reactions on this. on this topic and see if I can come back on live again with you guys where we can engage with each other and I will answer your questions. Just let me know in the comment section. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? And until next time, take care.